Hey everybody, it's Will. Obviously, because you're here and my channel name is my fucking name. Anyway, um, I was planning on doing this tomorrow, but like, I always put things off and then I never end up doing them. So, this video is obviously for a guy named Mike. Mike is better known as Tirara Duelo. He's an ASMRist. He's also subscribed to my channel, and I said I was going to make this for him. So he might actually see this when it goes live at some point. And I've never been so incensed that I was willing to break my sleep schedule for something as silly as a response video. Couple of things. First of all, I just want to get some house cleaning items out of the way. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know what happened. Anyway, I'm sorry if the fucking quality is shit now, but I've been trying to get this. I just got a couple of things to say, okay? Housekeeping items, like I was saying before. I uh, I work 5 days a week in a factory, 11 hours a day. It's a half an hour there and a half an hour back, which means that for around 12 hours of my life, I am at a factory working. And I work my ass off so that I can try to sometimes have Fridays off and not have to work 5 days. And hopefully not have to work 6 days. Because every week it seems like we get threatened with Saturdays. Um, so I've never been so incensed that I was willing to break my sleep schedule so radically like this, and risk losing very precious sleep and not have the um, ability to function properly at work such that I can actually get an extra day to see fucking my family and do things that I want to do. Um, I don't think that people understand that people are just people. There's not really good or bad or saintly or devilish or, you know, people tend to think of other people in extremes when somebody takes a position that is opposite to your own on a single topic or issue. They take it personally and they try to paint people with broad strokes. Um, I affiliate with people that are considered internet supervillainry. Um, Now I've talked to other people about it and they understand where I'm coming from now, and it's a totally different issue. But there's still people out there who um, like to sort of get in my virtual face online about this kind of shit, and they harass me. But that's fine. I'm a big boy. I just pull my big boy pants up to my nipples and carry on with my day, and I don't think about it too much. But I listen to ASMR to sleep, and every once in a while, I will get at the end of a video if I just can't fall asleep. Um, Mike Weil, aka Tirara Duelo, again, it's not doxing. His put his fucking name out there. Mike will put like a PSA sort of at the end, talking about something that he cares about, which is cool. And he interacts with his audience, his fan base, which is also cool. And I was watching a video last night called "Karen Took the Kids," and it's funny. Hugs, not drugs. It's fucking. I made me laugh, and he gave me some inspiration because ultimately I don't want to work in a factory for the rest of my life. I'd like to do this YouTube shit. I have a full production and staff that I've hired. and we're working on a show that'll be coming out around 5 p.m. Eastern on April the 13th. And I've booked a I've booked a deal with another prominent YouTuber that most people know for a single standalone episode that'll be coming out in early May. So I have a lot of things to do on top of working and shit. Um, and that little motivational speech he gave really kicked me in the ass enough to get me to actually work on this fucking thing a little bit more, even though I'm completely exhausted every fucking day and I don't have time to do much of anything other than try to sleep. So, in the interest of time, I'll make this brief. Right, exactly. Exactly. You need to just everybody should watch that video. If you're watching in post Top Chat, it's the Mighty Burrito is hilarious. At any rate, for the sake of brevity, Mike just put out another video a little while ago, and he brings up Alex Jones. And if you've watched my channel and you've seen some of my more popular videos, you'll know that there's a soft spot in my heart for Alex Jones. And people don't like that. I'm going to explain the gay frog thing, and then I'm going to explain the Sandy Hook thing. One more time. Loudly, so the people in the back can hear, okay? The gay frog thing comes from a story about this herbicide that's being used in farming, in heavy agriculture. And the herbicide is called atrazine. The atrazine runoff from the crops that runs off into the local water supply runs off into swamps and ponds where frogs live, right? And it's used all over the country. And atrazine in most animals binds to this protein called protein G and estrogen receptor alpha, I think it's called. And it acts as an estrogen mimicker. And what it does is it feminizes whatever species comes in contact with it, then ingests it, right? So these frogs, these male frogs, ingest yeah, that was Geronimo the gay frog. It was a joke. That was the Halloween episode. I watched that. It was great. It was funny. I'll explain that in a minute for everybody who's watching in post again and doesn't have Top Chat on, but you should definitely do that because Mighty Burrito's hilarious. Anyway, derailed. So atrazine gets in the water, and the frogs ingest it either because the insect or the food source that they're ingesting has also come in contact with it and has it on the skin or fur, or some toads actually eat mice and rats, or on the insects themselves, or it's in the water and the water gets through their skin because obviously they absorb moisture through their skin. The signature slimy membrane of a frog or a toad. Anyway, so it reacts with their estrogen receptors, and it makes these frogs engage in an act called amplexus. And what amplexus, it looks like they're humping. Amplexus, when a male frog is ready to fertilize a female frog's eggs, he will get on top of her and squeeze her so that she releases the eggs, and then he will fertilize them externally. Okay? That's what he was saying. And that is 100% true. You can look it up. I've just laid it all out for you. But oh Jesus. Yeah, fuck. I hate that. I'm getting a cold. Anyway, now let's get to the Sandy Hook thing. Okay? For the record, Alex Jones currently has and has had a a prize going for anyone that can show him saying that Alex Jones said that yes, that's true. People do know, obviously, through pop culture like Jurassic Park, that some frogs can change their gender at will. These frogs, in particular, that were that was the origin for that story, were not growing genitals of the opposite sex, but they do that from time to time because of the way that atrazine reacts with them. So Sandy Hook, he has $1 million prize going for anyone that can find that he said that nobody died at Sandy Hook. He says, I don't, he said once that I don't think anyone died at Sandy Hook. And then later on in the second Joe Rogan podcast, or maybe it was the first one, where Alex Jones appeared, he said that everything is so sensationalized and there's so much lying that goes on in the media that he just started to not believe in anything. I mean, that's pretty much it. And every lawsuit that he's engaged with on behalf of the Sandy Hook parents, he's never won, because of course you have to engage first to win. He has successfully defended himself in every case so far. And there's this one that's been dragging on for a while that they got a warrant to go through everything that InfoWars, which is Alex Jones' studio, has, including financial records and stuff, for evidence that he said this and that he was encouraging it anywhere, even on social media, for these people to go after the families of Sandy Hook and harass them. And if this case turns up nothing, then you don't have a case to say that he did that. I mean, he hasn't. Yeah, okay, Pizzagate. Pizzagate is another fun one. There were some documents that were leaked, WikiLeaks style. I don't know if it was part of WikiLeaks or it was just sort of a similar thing. I think it was the Podesta emails, so it might have been about an underage sex trafficking ring that they had uncovered using coded language. This is 100% true. You can check this out too if you don't fucking believe me. And if you can find evidence to the contrary, I'll eat crow publicly. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But they were using coded language, and there was, pizza was referenced, and Mr. Obama wants $100,000 in succulent hot dogs. That was the exact language that was used. And then the FBI or the CIA or some intelligence agency decoded it and declassified what the coded language meant. And 4chan gets a hold of this. And there's a place where a bunch of Democrats eat in Washington. It's a pizza parlor called Ping Pong Pizza. And a bunch of 4chan shit posters got a hold of it and spun it. And it got sensationalized and turned into that. Now, Ping Pong Pizza has this one video of a guy who's sort of inferring that it's alright to fuck children in the creepiest way possible. But I don't know if it doesn't matter. That's where the Pizzagate thing comes from. And then there was the thing about battle rifles. He was saying you have the right to defend yourself politically. Okay? Every one of these things is partisan spin every goddamn time. And the Oliver Darcy thing with this CNN reporter who, after Alex Jones was depersoned and deplatformed from virtually every social media site and e-commerce site, including iTunes and the the App Store and a number of other places. After he was removed from those things, Twitter kept him on, and then Oliver Darcy, he basically accosted him outside of a government building, and I don't remember specifically what, and was asking him why he was asking Twitter to deplatform him, and then he was deplatformed. Why he was arguing for censorship. And then Oliver Darcy went and took credit for it on Twitter, and he still has an account, but Alex Jones is permanently banned, as far as I know, from Twitter. And go check the Jack Dorsey episode, the second one, on Joe Rogan's podcast. Now, Mike, I've read the description of your most recent video, so to check your sources. Well, practice what you preach. Definitely check my sources and go through my shit. And if you say, like a lot of people do, well, I don't want to even look, then your message isn't worth a fart in the wind then. I mean, if you're not going to take your own beliefs seriously, how are you expecting anyone to take your your message or belief seriously? How can you expect that? It doesn't make any sense. And I'm not going to accept cop-outs either. I'm not saying that you're going to do any of these things. I'm saying that I receive so many cop-outs and so much deflection from people who don't want to seriously engage with my ideas and my opinions that I assume I don't know about that one. All I know is the stuff that I've talked about. Otherwise, I wouldn't have opened my mouth. These people just assume my opinions. Like, I'm a pro-life atheist who hangs around with a lot of Jews and also makes edgy jokes sometimes about the Holocaust. I do a Torah study every Thursday on the Orphans of Abraham on YouTube. It's weird, I know, but people are just people. They do whatever. I mean, there's no good, there's no evil. People do good shit and people do bad shit. But we're all just kind of learning. We're all trying to do the best we can out here in this crazy fucked up place we call planet Earth. And right or left, in the United States, we're extremely privileged. The poorest person in America is richer than the poorest person in fucking pick a third world country. Pick almost anywhere in Africa. I realize Africa is not a country. I don't want people to think that, but continent for that example. I mean, we're extremely privileged to live here in the United States. At any rate, this video has already gone on too long. I'm very, and I have to go to Base Camp Alpha on Friday. I have to bring stuff to Base Camp tomorrow after work. So I have to pack all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I have to do. Plus I gotta pack my lunch and all that shit. And I gotta get up at 3:20 in the goddamn morning. Okay. So that's all I have to say for now. I think I probably forgot something. Oh my god, this cold is annoying. Very negative ASMR, no pun intended. Like, but yeah, that, that's about all. Um, what's my sign off? Oh yeah, have a nice fucking day.